As he grew older, something inside him began to shift, gently, almost imperceptibly at first. It wasn't a sudden revelation, nor some life-altering event. It was more like a quiet turning of a page. Where he once felt compelled to be right, to prove a point in every conversation, that urgency had slowly begun to fade. In his younger days, arguments had felt like challenges, and winning them had felt like triumphs. Every disagreement was an opportunity to assert his intellect, to be seen, to be heard, to be applauded. And back then it mattered deeply. But with time and a heart weathered by life's trials and tenderness, he began to question what exactly he was winning, and at what cost. Now, when faced with opposing views or harsh words, he didn't rush to reply. He listened more, spoke less. Not out of defeat, but out of strength. A strength that came from not needing validation in the same way anymore. The silence between words no longer made him uncomfortable. In fact, it became his ally. He realized that many arguments weren't about truth but about control, about the ego's relentless hunger to dominate. And the ego, he now understood, was like a restless child, always demanding the last word, while peace sat quietly, needing no audience. He had once walked away from arguments still carrying the weight of anger, disappointment, or unfinished thoughts. But those burdens had grown too heavy with age. He learned that peace wasn't found in victory but in the letting go. Letting go of the need to convince. Letting go of the urge to win. Letting go of the illusion that being right brought happiness. He began to walk away from conflict not in retreat, but in freedom, choosing serenity over supremacy. People around him started to notice. He was called gentler, wiser, calmer. Those younger than him no longer came to him for strategies to outwit or outtalk. They came for something deeper, for advice on how to stay centered when the world felt loud. He became a quiet pillar, a listener, a calm presence in the chaos of modern life. And when asked what had changed in him, he often smiled and said, "I stopped needing to win." He spoke softly about the strength in restraint, the courage it takes not to react, and the beauty of understanding over argument. He shared that real maturity isn't found in dominance, but in empathy, in seeing others not as opponents, but as people with their own battles, their own pain. The older he got, the more he realized that behind every harsh word was a hurt. Behind every strong opinion was a story. And behind every argument was a person just trying to be seen. This change didn't make him weak. It made him expansive. His heart held more room for differences, for disagreement, for silence. He no longer needed everyone to agree with him to feel whole. The applause that once thrilled him now felt hollow compared to the quiet joy of a day without conflict, of a conversation that ended with mutual respect rather than one-upmanship. Peace became his prize. A deep, still, enduring peace that wasn't flashy or loud, but steady and grounding. He found that this peace didn't just transform his relationships, it transformed him. He slept better. He smiled more. He worried less. And he felt, perhaps for the first time in his life, that he was truly free. Because in the end, he had discovered one of life's rarest truths. The greatest victories are not those won over others, but those won within.